30. Fifteen seconds. Five, four, three, two.
The following is a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.
Now Spartans 2-on-1 into the zone. Shot! Oh! Another roof shot. 5-on-3 into the Spartan zone. What a save by Augustine. And now Michigan State back over the blue line. Ranked wide to pass. Out front. There it is.
It's time for the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by the IBEW NECA 665. Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org. The Adam Nightingale Show is also brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance, Simple Human Sense, the Munn Team, Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Tommy Raines Realtors, Realtors that get results, the MSU Federal Credit Union. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment, Choose Chill, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Trailways your favorite ride, and by Shaheen Chevrolet, offering the largest inventory of new Chevys and pre-owned vehicles in Lansing. Buy, lease, trade in, or sell us your vehicle at ShaheenChevrolet.com. Relax and enjoy the Shaheen difference. Now, with head coach Adam Nightingale, here's Rob Woodward and the voice of Michigan State Spartan hockey, Scott Moore.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Veterans Day, and welcome to the Adam Nightingale Show, presented by IBEW NECA 665. Coach is here, Woody is as well, and for the next 60 minutes, we'll talk about last weekend's Big Ten opening sweep of Ohio State, the upcoming visit from Notre Dame, and a whole lot more. Plus, in a few minutes, we'll be joined by Spartan netminder Trey Augustine tonight. So come on out to One North Kitchen and Bar on West Saginaw. Join us for dinner. And if you want to join the live audience for any of our coaches' shows, you can make a reservation. The email address is caleb@onenorthdining.com. Well, Coach, congratulations on that sweep of the Buckeyes over the weekend. You have to be able to win all types of games, and your guys had to kind of grind out a pair on Friday and Saturday. No easy nights in the Big Ten.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's super thankful to play in our conference. There's no bottom. I mean, every team's a top 20 team, and so obviously Ohio State coming into town. You know, they scored 15 goals the weekend before up at Lake Superior and hadn't lost a game, and so we knew it was going to be a really good test. You know, I think the first night I thought we played really well for probably 50 minutes, and then we kind of got away with it. And you're playing a good team, so it's not to take credit away from them. They pushed in. And then Saturday, you know, I thought our guys, you know, that's as good a game as I thought we've played this year. You know, we do scoring chances. I think the first night we had us out chance them 21-10. The second night, I think it was like 24-7. And to give up 7 chances to a team that scored 15 goals the weekend before, and it wasn't like they were scoring them on the power play. There was a lot of 5-on-5 goals. So it was a good step for our team. A lot to keep working on, but it was a good step.
Like you talk about the Big Ten, and once you start league play, it is different. I mean, it's different than playing Canisius or Lake State or even Boston College. So with the first Big Ten series in the rearview mirror now, how do you feel like your team grew or maybe matured is the better term over the weekend after this first series?
Yeah, I mean, I think just in general, right? Trying to work to give up less. You know what I mean? I think that everyone gets excited about the offensive side of the puck. And, I look at our, whatever, 2.5 years we've been here, there was definitely times where we probably had to rely on our goaltending too much. And we got great goalies for sure, but we also want to be able to, play repeatable winning hockey. And, I thought this weekend that we did a good job of that for the most part, right? It's not perfect. We got to keep working on some things, but you want to win in our conference. You got to be able to score, but number one, you got to be able to defend. And I thought for the most part, we did a good job.
You talk about that defense. One of the things Woody and I talked about during Saturday's game was the fact that your team did a great job of getting in the way against the Buckeyes. And what I mean, they weren't necessarily blocking shots, but the sticks were down. They were in good positions. They weren't reaching for stuff. They just were making themselves as big as they could in front of the Buckeyes and trying to take away those opportunities.
No doubt. If you look at the course of the year, we haven't played haven't spent a ton of time in our D zone. So, but I thought the times we've been pretty sharp. And there's different ways to defend, right? Obviously, I think I've said this on the show before. You don't want to be the team that leads the country in block shot. That means
right.
you don't have the puck very much. So I thought our guys, defended hard. They were physical, and that's what we need to do. Like our team is, we got to play. We got to be us for us to be a good hockey team. If we're not us, we're really just kind of an average hockey team.
How about on the other end, Knights? I think against Canisius you had 176 attempts. I think 81 were on. Against Ohio State, I think it was 130 attempts with 67 shots on net. Were you happier against the Buckeyes on the shot selection of the guys up front?
Yeah, I thought the second night we were a little bit better, but we talked about that today. Is like we're you're still trying to build and make sure you maintain a foundation, but you really want to be one of these elite teams. Execution matters, and so you get opportunities. I still feel like we missed the net a fair amount.
A little bit,
yeah. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. And maybe we got some guys that can finish, and so you don't want to take the sticks out of their hands. But also, when you hit the net, you force someone to make a save, but also there's some rebound opportunities.
I'm curious, as a coach, do you go back to the guys and say, "Hey guys, why are we trying to shoot high and wide so many times? Do you try to keep it low, or you just tell them just get it on net?"
I think I've learned over time to probably not spend too much time telling them where to shoot. Recruit good players and trust them, and then
but just get it on net.
Yeah, or trust him. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think it's less picking the spot. As all the goalies in our conference are good. You look at the numbers from the guy, at Notre Dame, says at a .953 save percentage. The other, Kemp said at .927. So, but like Danny Russell's shorthanded goal, it's right off the pass. You got to get it on and off your stick. That increases your odds big time. And when we do that, I think we have the ability to finish.
And obviously, it doesn't hurt. Our guys are going up against this guy sitting in the front row every single day in practice. It makes them better.
No
right?
doubt.
I mean, you were here. You played against good goalies in practice.
Yeah.
I did as well.
Yeah.
And when you're shooting against Trey or Luca, it helps you as a player.
For sure. And we got 3 really good goaltenders, and what we like about them is they're competitive. And I think sometimes you set up practice, some of the drill work isn't ideal for goalies. Yeah. And so we've asked our goalies to make sure that they just focus on, stopping the next shot. But that's a blessing for sure for our guys to be able to shoot on 3 quality goaltenders.
Well, frankly, you'll want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief every weekday on Spartan Media Network radio stations across the state of Michigan. It's presented by Frankenmuth Insurance. Find your local independent agent at fmins.com. We will be back with more MSU hockey on the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. We'll go out in the audience after this on the Spartan Media Network.
Do you need an electric vehicle charger installed? Whether for a home, business, school, or more, IBEW NICA 665 contractors are the experts in EV charging installations. Our electricians aren't just licensed. We have advanced training and certification through the Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Training Program, or EVITP. The EVITP gives us the most comprehensive training available, which means we install EV chargers to the highest standards of quality and safety. Visit IBEWNECA665.org to find a contractor for your next project.
Do you bleed green? Time to show it. As part of global healthcare leader Abbott and the Big Ten's We Give Blood Drive competition, you can help make MSU the Big Ten champion of blood donation and save lives in the process. For more information and to find out how you can make your donation count for MSU, please visit big10.org/Abbott or contact Versity or your local blood donation center to sign up for a local upcoming blood drive.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
So, got one for you, boss.
Oh, yeah?
What's black, white, and dented all over?
I give up.
The company truck. I know, but thanks to our agent, we've already submitted an insurance claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Lucky for you.
Stand by.
Human sense.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
Back in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. We are back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, live from One North Kitchen and Bar on the east side. And we're powered by IBEW NICA 665. Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for your entire community. You help support food rescue programs and the Simply Give initiative. Learn more online at Meijer.com. I mentioned earlier, Happy Veterans Day for all. There is going Friday night is going to be Military Appreciation Night at Munn Ice Arena. We'll have a ceremonial puck drop from Chuck Hagan, who served 6 years of active duty, was involved in both Desert Shield and Desert Storm. The POW MIA chair is going to be featured. I believe they're close to having those chairs available in all of the 7 venues that they had planned on putting that. There will be a presentation on that, and all of the veterans and active military in attendance will be recognized. Speaking of that, how many veterans do we have in our audience here? Show of hands. We've got a few. Very much. Thank you so much for your duty and your sacrifice. Definitely. And now we'll go out to the audience and say hi to Mr. Bria. He has the microphone.
Good evening, Adam.
How you doing?
What a great weekend.
Thank you.
Both games.
Yeah, thank you.
And the D was just outstanding.
For sure.
I guess what I'm between Friday night game, Saturday night's game for the Stramel Howard O'Connell line, they seem to have more success on Saturday. Why is that?
Yeah, you're right. They were way better, and I think when you look at that line, right, when we put them together as a staff, you have 2 very talented first round draft picks, and then Gavin O'Connell's a talented kid. I think he was second in the Big Ten in goals last year, so a ton of talent. I think making sure, we met with them in the morning as a line and just talked to them about what makes them special, and I think that sometimes you can lose track of like work, and competing is a skill, and it's got to be your number one skill and quality, and you got to make sure you're doing it. And then it doesn't have to be perfect, right? I think sometimes you get skilled guys together. Everything's got to be cute and perfect, but you got to play the game direct. And I think for our team, right, is how we're asking our guys to play is not easy, and they're the ones going out. That's not for us to try to take credit. They're the ones going out and doing it. But what we're asking our guys to do is very demanding. So you got to make that choice every night. And I thought Saturday night they made that choice.
If you've got a question for Coach, get your hand up, and Woody will bring you a mic. We'll go back right down front with Bird.
Nice job this weekend, Coach.
Thanks, Bird.
I was wondering, even though we didn't get many power plays, fine ref in there, but I noticed on our one power play, though, I think it was Saturday, we had 4 shots on goal in that power play. It seemed like they were rotating the puck pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah, I agree with you, Bert. I thought, as far as the number of, we can't control that. So you just got to play and focus on the things you can control. And if you get one power play, you got to make it count. And I thought we did, even though we didn't score. But I thought that's really when the game kind of turned. We had multiple chances, some really good looks. We kind of played with the pace that we want to play with, and that's for us, I know you can look at stats and say, hey, we want our power play to this or this number or whatever. It's obviously we want to score a goal, but you also, if we're going to be a good power play, we're going to fail 70% of the time. So you still got to generate momentum, and then the guys did that.
Got another one in the front of the room here.
Yeah, Coach. Fantastic weekend. It was some of the best hockey I've seen in a long time.
Thank you.
Over the weekend, we had several goals disallowed. But on Saturday, two friends of mine who sit in the first row right behind the net saw a puck go in and out, and nobody noticed. The coach, the players didn't notice. The refs didn't notice. If you caught that on tape, can you challenge something like that?
You could, yeah, you could. I would love to have Dan Sturgis on here right now to talk about this. But there was one for sure. The Shane one we thought might have went in. It was in the first period. It was a little right around the net. Yeah. And then but they're on it. I think that it's hard, right, with the human eye and on the bench. That's why it's so important. Those guys do a great job. Sturgey's up there and Fasty's up there for the first two periods helping them, and they got a staff. So, they're looking at everything, and they have an actual overhead camera. So I'm extremely confident. Had it actually gone in, we would have got it called down, and we would have challenged.
That might have been the one that Woody and I said, how did that not go in?
Yeah.
We're not sure about that. We got a question in the back of the room.
Hi, Coach.
How you doing?
Great progression that we've seen over the last couple of years, just in so many small things. I'm wondering, could you take a moment and explain kind of like the practice? Like, how do you structure a practice? And maybe you could answer the question, and that is, what do you find to be the drill that gets you the best benefit, I guess? And then maybe you could also answer one. And what drill is it that the players kind of go, they're not crazy about?
Yeah. We got a few of those. I think that I think
remember those with Macy, but we're doing this one.
Yeah, I do think that we really believe our program, practice is where it's at. We talked to our guys about it, right? It's not the drill, it's how you do the drill. It's no different than school, right? You get smarter when you do the homework, and the teacher grades the test, and that's what we feel like the games are. We grade the test, and then we got to put together a practice plan. And so we really try to. There's not a lot of fluff in our practice. We try to practice game situations, isolate some certain things that happen in the game, whether it be, we start out practice, we do a lot of puck support, puck touches, so our guys get a ton of opportunity to do that. I think playing away from the puck and practicing that is, when you're talking about player development, I know players get excited about with the puck, and if you look at the stats, it's about 98% of the game is played without the puck. So if you're going to try to make hay on player development, make sure you're working on away from the puck. And as far as drills, it'd probably be best to ask the guys. I think we do a schmo angling drill. I don't think they love Sheboygan 2-on-2. I don't think they love, and then Blashill 2-on-2. I don't think they love it.
Why don't they like it?
Well, you just got a guy in your grill, and it's hard. It's just. But I do think the nice thing is when we do those is we can show them in the game. Like, this is stuff we're if we wouldn't do this if we didn't think we needed to. We wouldn't practice this way if we didn't think we needed to. And I think that is really important for our steps as a program. I got a ton of respect for our guys. Our practices are really challenging. And so they got to commit that time at the rink and do it the right way. But you can't do what we're asking you to do if you're not going to bed at the right time, if you're not eating, and fully committed to being a great hockey player.
The electrical contractors of the IBEW NICA 665 provide the safest, highest quality electrical work at the best value to their customers. Learn more at IBEWNICA665.org. That's IBEWNECA665.org. We are live in Lansing with the head coach of the Spartans, Adam Nightingale, and our show is powered by IBEW NICA 665. We'll talk with Trey Augustine when we come back from this break for your very own local station. You're listening to the Adam Nightingale Show.
The U.S. is experiencing the worst blood shortage we've seen in 20 years. Give blood this season, and you can help save up to 3 lives each time. Join me and Abbott so we can save more lives together. Let's make Spartan Nation the #1 blood donor in the Big Ten.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
The U.S. is experiencing the worst blood shortage we've seen in 20 years. Give blood this season, and you can help save up to 3 lives each time. Join me and Abbott so we can save more lives together. Let's make Spartan Nation the #1 blood donor in the Big Ten.
Company Golden, Colorado.
Rocket met with first-time home buyers to get real about buying a home.
When you don't understand the process, you don't know what steps to take.
Money is just scary to begin with.
There's so many question marks. I wish there was like a home ownership coach out there.
My name's Austin. I'm an executive at Rocket. We're doing a lot, but we can do more just listening to you today.
Get real solutions to real concerns. Call 800-4ROCKET.
Rocket Mortgage LLC, NMLS number 33, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, equal
30.
50 states.
It's Black Friday savings all month long here at Shaheen Chevrolet.
Why wait? Beat the Black Friday rush and take advantage of epic deals right now.
Drive home a winter-ready Silverado for $197 a month. Save over $10,000.
Get the popular Equinox LT for just $194 a month.
Or a sporty new Trax for $257 a month.
Don't wait. Don't overpay. Get special pricing today.
Stop by 632 American Road in Lansing or ShaheenChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Stand by. 3, 2, 1, live.
We are back live for more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. Unlock cash back on every purchase with MSU FCU's Cashback Plus, an exclusive benefit for MSU FCU members. You'll earn big on your daily spending only at MSU Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. Well, we are happy to have with us #1, Trey Augustine, goaltender from South Lyon, Michigan. Trey, thanks for coming out tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
One of the reasons I wanted to have you on is because the weekend that we just had, the first weekend for Michigan State for Big Ten play, if you're not one of the 3 stars in the Big Ten when they announce them next week, there's something wrong. I'm going to go down there and start knocking heads around because you played so well this weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Honestly, I thought the guys did a great job in front of me, made my life pretty easy. So it goes hand in hand with the team.
Rob?
Are we on, Scotty? There
Yep.
we go. Trey, I'm curious. It seems like all the goalies I've ever been around, they all have their own certain routine that they go through before they play. What's your routine, if you don't mind talking? Some goalies don't even like to talk about it. And has it changed at all in recent years, in particular since you got to Michigan State?
Yeah, I mean, I like to say it's like pretty laid back for goalies, but I think it's definitely just kind of loosened up over the years. I think like once you get comfortable with your routine, you just kind of had that belief in it, and really just my routine starts on Monday with my practice and training, just kind of trusting that the habits I built throughout the week lead into the weekend.
I would say that the weekend, I did catch you one night in Kenesha sitting in the stands eating a banana. That is pretty laid back.
That's part of the routine.
That's part of the routine. Okay, we got a question in the audience.
Trey, goaltenders union question. It looks like you're always such in control of where you are on the ice out there, and the guys that aren't in control are the ones that some of us call post touchers, that they're reaching behind to make sure they know where they are at all times. How do you keep your positioning on the ice, especially in a rink you're not familiar with?
Yeah, I think I just played a lot of hockey in my life. You kind of feel like you know where the posts are, and obviously like you still like look around and kind of gauge everything, but it's just that familiarity, and just obviously I skate almost every day, so just kind of where things are at.
Trey, you're a busy man, not only playing for Michigan State, but you played a lot for Team USA as well. How is the international game different from your perspective as a goalie as compared to college hockey and Big Ten hockey in specifically?
I think just college hockey is a little bit more physical all around, a lot more traffic out in front of me. skill level's about the same. There's a lot of good players in international and in college. So just kind of like the physicality and just the bigger bodies in front of the net.
Along those lines, with all the hockey you've played, how many pairs of pads are in your parents' basement right now?
Way too many. If anyone wants some pads, let me know.
I think Trey maybe talking to the group about going to men's worlds. I mean, that was pretty unique. For those of you that don't know, Trey got picked to go over to play for Team USA and the team was all NHL players, and Trey was one of the goaltenders and ended up getting in the game. Just talk about that experience and being around pros, and how you thought that helped you.
Yeah, obviously those are the best of the best. So you kind of just learn from them, and obviously I'm just trying to learn and just do anything I can to hopefully play in games and do my best out there. Just seeing guys like Alex Lyon and Alex Novelkovic, Charlie Lindgren, just seeing how they interact with everyone, how they prepare, how they train. It's just really special, and it's definitely not an opportunity that many get. So I'm super thankful for that.
Two different types of games last weekend. On Friday, the Buckeyes put just 10 shots on goal in the first 40 minutes. On Saturday, they had 13 in the first period alone. Do you prefer to get into the flow of the game and get a lot of shots in that first period, or is it kind of nice to ease your way into it like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, even the first period on Saturday, I felt like there wasn't a ton of high danger chances, that's nice. Even just feeling the puck from the outside, but obviously, you can't control that at all. So just kind of be ready for anything.
You got Jared DeMichael here in the audience tonight. How has he helped you in the growth of your game since you've been at Michigan State?
Yeah, a ton. It's been almost every week for a year and a half now. We're getting at least an hour almost every week of extra work, extra goalie stuff, and obviously the video that we do is trying to learn anything from him and his experience as a goalie too. So,
have you ever seen tape of D. Mike's playing?
Here and there. So
he's pretty good himself.
I saw him play in a Frozen Four, down in Detroit. When you're playing and you haven't allowed a goal, you get into the third period. Does the thought of a shutout ever creep into your mind, or are you a guy that just stays in the moment?
No, I always say to myself, one play at a time.
One play, yeah,
one play at a time.
We got D. Mike.
It may slip into our minds.
Yeah, but we don't ever talk about it, right?
No.
So we, as I said, we got D. Mike's in here. D. Mike's, what makes him such a special goaltender for you guys?
I think he's very much, and it sounds like coach talk, but it's really the God's honest truth with Trey. Is he's so focused on the process and just focused on the next shot. He's I think nowadays it's hard on athletes where they want to time travel and look for something 2, 3, 4, a decade down the road, where Trey really just focuses on the next shot and doesn't think about anything else. And I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think he'd agree that he's very much just focused on the next shot. There's not a whole lot that bothers him. He doesn't really get too high, too low. And I think that calming influence really bleeds down through the rest of the team when he's between the pipes.
Focus on the next shot. Plus, like Ted Lasso says, you have to have the memory of a goldfish, right?
Exactly.
So perfect example of that, possibly, I'm going to ask you. This weekend, Ohio State kind of got a fluke goal, right? Bounced off the backboards, hit you in the back of the leg, and goes in. What goes through your mind on something like that? How do you kind of refocus? Do you just forget about it?
Well, obviously, I was a little mad about that. Yeah. Kind of felt like I got screwed a little bit, but just kind of have to realize that, all right, we're down 1-0 now. I need to make the next save. We're still trying to win this game. Obviously, I have belief in the guys. I don't think one goal against is going to beat us in any game.
Well, whether your move is across town or across the nation, the MUN team can help. Whether you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, check out the MUN team online at munteam.com. Jan and John Munn, serving buyers and sellers since 1985. They are realtors who get results. Trey, we're going to ask you to hang around for another segment here. We got some special questions for you, and we'll be back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665 after this break on the Spartan Media Network. Hey Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Shows and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
From the biggest of big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go! Run, James! No. First base! Go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
When you're a foster parent, you play a lot of roles.
Provider, giving a foster child a safe home, healthy meals, and hope.
You're always there.
You're a cheerleader. Your family. You would do anything for a child in your care.
Every day is different. Every need is different. But one of the most impactful roles you can play in life is being a foster parent. See why at michigan.gov/hope for a home. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
30.
Hey, Dad. Did you get a new haircut or something? A new shirt? You're looking good.
What happened?
A little fender bender?
How little?
A few days in the shop little, but thanks to Mom and our agent, we've already submitted a claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Sounds like simple human sense.
I'm fine, by the way.
Stand by.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665. Raise hope and foster dreams by starting your journey to becoming a foster parent today. Visit michigan.gov/hope for a home to learn more on how you can support children of all ages in your community. Well, Trey, we did ask you to hang around. We're doing some special questions, and everybody gets the same one. They're the same questions this year. Has anybody tipped you off yet?
No clue.
No clue. Okay, good. So Rob Woodward has it. There's no time limit, but first thing that comes into your head, right, Rob?
Well, Trey, here we go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Got 10 questions for you. Favorite hockey player as a kid?
Jimmy Howard.
Other than hockey, what sport are you best at?
Golf.
What goalie would you pick? NHL goalie, could be retired, could be a current player. Would you pick to have as your teammate?
Bobrovsky.
Which teammate do you bring to an escape room?
Griffin Jarecki.
Ooh, interesting. That's first. Who on the team is most likely to end up dating a celebrity?
I'd say KD, Carson Dorwart.
Which teammate is most likely to end up a coach?
That's a good one. I'd say Tieran Shouty. See him being a coach.
Coach Knights is going to make you dig a 5-foot deep trench, and you have to get it done in 5 minutes. Which teammate do you bring to get that done?
I'll bring Tanner Kelly. I think he's just going to find a way to get it done.
I like it.
Okay.
Who on the team would win a Dancing with the Stars competition?
Can I say no one?
That is acceptable.
All right.
That is. How about if we include the coaching staff in there? Still no one?
Sturgis.
Oh, Sturge. All right. A vote for Sturge.
Yeah. Love it. All right. You're a coach. You're the coach. Who do you send out first in a shootout?
The Iceman.
Isaac Howard. And lastly, you've spent a ton of time at MUN. What's the best thing about MUN Arena?
The fans.
Right on.
All right.
Trey Augustine, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Trey, thanks for stopping by tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. It is time now for our Alumni Hall trivia question. There are, here's the question. In the media guide, there are a full 11 pages dedicated to listing the names of everyone to have played or serve as a manager for Spartan hockey. Tonight, the question is, which player is listed first and which is listed last? Now, these are players only. So the first player on the list and the last player on the list. Both are very recognizable names. Both had excellent careers. Who has an estimate? Who has a guess on this? I know it's a little bit tough. I think who might be in the A's and who might
I'm looking at
be
you, Neil, Dave. Nobody?
in the bottom part of it here. Let's give you a little hint. One player played in 158 games in the late 90s and racked up 201 career points. The other only played 3 seasons in the mid-2000s and scored one of the most memorable goals in Spartan history.
I'm going to say Chad Albin and Bart van Staldinen.
That is not correct. That is not correct. So think back about mid-2000s in a memorable goal and think about late 90s and a lot of points.
We got Ellis here.
I got the A. The A is Brian Adams. No?
Maybe.
And the Z, the only one I can think of is Dan Zalewski. And he didn't score any goals. So.
Nope. Somebody, one of them was on a national championship team.
Oh, I just got one. Applicator?
Abdicator is one.
All right. Guess for the
no guess on the end of the alphabet. It is not, by the way, a Z. Okay, it's down in that XYZ.
Nope, we don't have a guess.
We got a couple of hands.
Hold on,
back
here we
in the
go.
Back of the room.
Abdulkader in York.
Abdulkader in York is correct. Justin Abdulkader with that great goal in the national championship game, and Mike York was at the time that he graduated, he was one of only 14 Spartans to top 200 career points. That was a heck of a career, and he was a whale of a player, to be sure. So now, Jill, you're going to get a certificate for Alumni Hall. You'll get 2 free tickets to an upcoming game, and you have to take it over to Alumni Hall in the Eastwood area to pick up your prize. Do you bleed green? As part of global healthcare leader Abbott and the Big Ten's We Give Blood Drive competition, you can help make MSU the Big Ten champion of blood donation and save lives in the process. To learn more, visit big10.org/Abbott or a local blood donation center and tell them why you're there. The Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665, will continue after this timeout. This is the Spartan Media Network.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
Farm Bureau Insurance invites you inside the green for an exclusive dinner with football coach Jonathan Smith. This unique experience includes a private dinner for 1 winner and 3 guests with Coach Smith. The winner also receives a private tour of Spartan Stadium, an autographed football from Coach, tickets to a future home game, and more. For more details and to register, visit InsideTheGreenSweeps.com. Farm Bureau Insurance, proud sponsor of Michigan State Athletics.
Hey, got one more, Labatt?
Yeah, here you go.
Yo, got one more?
Sure. Who are you? Have any more?
I'll take one.
Got another Labatt?
Got one more?
How did you all get in my house?
Dude, door was open. Heard you had some Labatt.
Yeah, in the fridge.
Crack some Labatt, make some friends, and see where it takes you.
Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company.
30.
Skill is a game changer. And when the doctors you know and trust team up with one of the nation's top health systems, the possibilities are endless. Sparrow is now University of Michigan Health Sparrow. So together, we can bring more specialized expertise, more of the latest treatments, and more of the best possible care closer to you. Discover
Stand by.
at uofmhealthsparrow.org.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. We are here for more of Spartan Hockey Talk on the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. We've been doing this all year with it being the 50th season of Munn Ice Arena. Rob's been coming up with some memorable moments, the 3 M's, so to speak. Rob, what do you have for us this evening?
Well, Mr. Ellis mentioned Chad Albin, so let's stay with Chad Albin.
Okay.
And you have the call on that. We tried to get it up, so maybe later on this year we'll get it. But Scotty called this back on February 28th of 1998. And I think pretty much everybody here in this audience realizes where I'm going with it. That was the night that Chad Albin.
Back when I actually had hair, folks.
Yeah. And Chad Albin scored a goal. He shot it just about as far as David Gucciardi did this weekend, about 185 feet. But it was only the 4th time in college hockey history that a goaltender had scored a goal. And not only did he get a goal that night, but he also got an assist on Brian Adams' goal as well. And he tied Jason Muzzatti that night for most victories as a Michigan State goaltender with 83. Now, Chad would go on to get 88 wins as a goaltender here at Michigan State, and that still stands as a program record. So, yeah, February 28th, 1998, our memorable moment.
I'll tell you, that was my first year calling Spartan hockey, and my broadcast partner was the goaltender coach, Willie Mitchell. And when he saw Chad go into the corner to get that puck in the empty net at the other side, he started yelling right then because he knew what was coming. He said Chad had been working on that in practice all week. He wanted to get a goal at some point, and when the net was open, he just launched it, and it went all the way down.
It's awesome.
It was just.
Actually, Chad came back. He was back for our alumni golf outing. It was good to have him around. I asked him about it. The memory of it was pretty cool to talk to him about it.
Time for our alumni spotlight, and we'll stay with the goalie motif. We talked with Trey Augustine, a best friend of Adam Nightingale, and we talked about Chad Albin there. Let's move on to our alumni spotlight. And this week it is an athlete that actually started his college career at this week's opponent, the University of Notre Dame. Goalie Dylan St. Cyr played 4 years in South Bend and then another year at Quinnipiac before landing in East Lansing for his final year of eligibility. His 1 season with the Spartans saw Dylan earn team MVP honors. He was an honorable mention All Big Ten pick and helped Michigan State win its first ever Big Ten tournament game and series, stopping 88 of 93 shots in the Spartans' quarterfinal series win over Notre Dame in March of 2023. Today, Dylan starts between the pipes for the Anglet Hormady Pays Basque in France, France's top professional league. He owns a 3.87 goals against average and a 3-7-2 record so far. I got a chance to talk to him when he found out he was going to France. I said, hey, at least you kind of know the language.
Yeah. Dylan was great. That was a great pickup. Yeah. When our staff got the job, we needed a goalie, and Dylan was in the portal. The portal had closed. There was no one, and no one had he had some opportunities to go some places, but didn't really like the opportunities, and was thinking about going to play pro. And we got on the horn with him and talked to him about just a chance to really reestablish Michigan State hockey and be a cornerstone of it. And I thought he added some swagger to our lineup and some confidence. And thankful we had him for a year.
Yeah, exactly. This weekend is going to be the Student Athlete Support Services Food Drive on Saturday, November 16 versus Notre Dame at Mon Ice Arena. They're encouraging fans to bring non-perishable food items that will be accepted upon entrance. All donations will go to benefit the Greater Lansing and MSU food banks. So that is for Saturday night's game. Bring non-perishable food. They even will accept personal hygiene things like toothbrushes and toothpaste and all that. So help some folks out by coming to the game on Saturday. With your supplies. Our show today comes to you live from One North Kitchen and Bar in Lansing. One North Kitchen and Bar offers outdoor seating, curbside pickup, and don't forget all the MSU coaches shows. Make your reservation by emailing Caleb. It's Caleb at onenorthdining.com. We are live with the head coach of the Spartans, Adam Nightingale, and tonight's show is powered by IBEW NICA 665. We're back with some talk about Notre Dame after this. You're listening to the Adam Nightingale Show.
The U.S. is experiencing the worst blood shortage we've seen in 20 years. Give blood this season, and you can help save up to 3 lives each time. Join me and Abbott so we can save more lives together. Let's make Spartan Nation the #1 blood donor in the Big Ten.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket? No, but we do make them work. Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
The U.S. is experiencing the worst blood shortage we've seen in 20 years. Give blood this season, and you can help save up to 3 lives each time. Join me and Abbott so we can save more lives together. Let's make Spartan Nation the #1 blood donor in the Big Ten.
Fire.com/community.
Calling all Spartans. Global healthcare leader Abbott, MSU, and the Big Ten need you to donate blood for the We Give Blood Drive competition. Your donation can save up to 3 lives, as well as make MSU the Big Ten champion of blood donation. For more information and to find out how you can make your donation count for MSU, please visit big10.org/Abbott or contact Versity or your local blood donation center to sign up for a local upcoming blood drive.
When you're a foster parent, you play a lot of roles.
Provider, giving a foster child a safe home, healthy meals, and hope.
You're always there.
You're a cheerleader. Your family. You would do anything for a child in your care.
Every day is different. Every need is different. But one of the most impactful roles you can play in life is being a foster parent. See why at michigan.gov/hope for a home. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Stand by. 3, 2.
Welcome back to the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665. If you miss any of our coaches' shows or want to go back and hear one over, all you have to do is go to where you get your podcasts and search for Spartan Media Network. They're all available there, anywhere you get your podcasts, for all of our MSU coaches' shows. Rob, you got a fun fact for us for tonight.
I do, yeah, and I'm going to stick with goalies and kind of with Notre Dame a little bit here. It's kind of a theme here tonight, but I was talking about the attempts that we've had over the last couple weekends that we played. We had a ton against Canisius and decent amount against Ohio State too. So I started thinking, what's the most saves ever in a game for a college hockey goalie? And it was 87.
Wow.
By Cal Peterson. That was back in 2015, March 6, 2015, against UMass, believe it or not. Then I thought, so what's the most saves in a season? That was Rob Stauber back in 87 to 88. He had 1,711. And then the career saves leader for Michigan State, not Chad Albin, but Jeff Lerg. He had 3,996 saves in his career at
Wow.
Michigan State. Bonus fun fact, the other 3 goalies that got a goal besides Chad Albin, Jim Tortorella of Maine in 1980, Damian Rhodes, Michigan Tech, Dave Ellis, right, 1989, and Andrew Allen of Vermont that same year, that same season that Chad got it, 1998.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, we're on to the next game, Coach. Notre Dame comes into East Lansing maybe with a little bit of a sour taste in their mouths. They've lost 3 straight conference games, although they did take a point in the series against Michigan with a tie game that Michigan won in overtime. MSU games, regardless of whether they're at Munn or the conference center between these two teams, have traditionally been tight games. This is a very good rivalry.
No doubt. Ton of respect for their program. And, Coach Jackson is, I think you talk about the top coaches in the history of college hockey. He is one of them, certainly. And so they're always organized. They're always competitive. If you're looking for easy offense, it's going to be the wrong team to look for that against. And I think they never get credit for how they generate offense too. Like, I think it's a false narrative. I think they do a really good job on both sides of the puck. So it'll be a really good test.
Scotty talks about tight games with Notre Dame. We had a couple tight ones here against Ohio State. And I've asked you about this, and you give the green light for these guys to go ahead and shoot the puck. When the opposing team pulls the goaltender, right? Shoot the puck, guys. We'll take the icing. If you think you can score. So I'm curious because I was talking with Joby Messier after the game. He's a scout for Calgary Flames now. Joby and I played together. He's like, Mace would have never allowed that. And I heard you say in a post-game interview, yeah, that was never allowed when I was playing. So I'm a freshman on the team, and I'm coming in. When do I learn that that's allowed? Like, how do you present that to the team? And are the youth teams doing more of that now, or is it at that level still, get over that red line and then get the puck in?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when it switched, but for me, it makes sense. Again, when I first started coaching, I was probably that way because that's how I was coached. And then I do think when you step back, I mean, there's also a problem. They got 6 guys on the ice, and if you try to skate it out of there and try to and it's not the easiest thing to do to make a soft play that only advances one line. So, our guys know, like, if they have a clear lane and a clear shot, I just think the guys are skilled enough to go there and execute. And if they don't, icing's not, you're not looking to ice it, but also have a little trust in your centers to win a face-off. And if you don't win it, you have a really good plan to make sure ready to defend.
And so when do the guys learn that when they come in as freshmen? It's like, oh man, I can go ahead. And
we talk as a group, right? Like, D-Mike does the penalty kill and is in charge of, 5-on-6. So we have a plan. You might not have a timeout with this whole challenge thing, right? So you might have used your timeout. So guys got to know. Some teams pull the goalie earlier, so it might not be the ideal 5 guys out there. So everyone's got to know what's going on, and that's the message, right? We got our organization, our structure, what we're doing off a face-off, but also know if you got a shot at the net, take it.
Yeah,
we will be.
And
back.
I think actually I'd add to how many games have we ended in the 2.5 years here?
Yeah. And pretty good.
Quite a
Scott and I were talking about that. We were talking about the green light, and yeah, I mean it's worked. Number one, I think defensively, the past couple of years we've done such a better job of defending, and making it hard for guys to get other teams to get shots through. But yeah, and then you're ending it. You're getting that extra cushion by throwing it down. Yeah. So it seems to work.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. We will be back with more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NICA 665 after this on the Spartan Media Network.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
It's Black Friday savings all month long here at Shaheen Chevrolet. Why wait? Beat the Black Friday rush and take advantage of epic deals right now. Drive home a winter-ready Silverado for $197 a month. Save over $10,000. Get the popular Equinox LT for just $194 a month, or a sporty new Trax for $257 a month. Don't wait. Don't overpay. Get special pricing today. Stop by 632 American Road in Lansing or ShaheenChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Skill is a game changer. And when the doctors you know and trust team up with one of the nation's top health systems, The possibilities are endless. Sparrow is now University of Michigan Health Sparrow. So together, we can bring more specialized expertise, more of the latest treatments, and more of the best possible care closer to you. Discover what's possible at uofmhealthsparrow.org.
30.
With full electrification of our communities on the horizon, the electrical construction industry is rapidly growing. As an IBEW apprentice, you earn a living wage while you learn, graduate debt-free, and start a great career with excellent wages, family health care, and retirement benefits. IBEW 665 and the National Electrical Contractors Association are the leaders in training the next generation of electricians. The future is...
Stand by.
Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We're back for more of the Adam Nightingale Show, powered by IBEW NECA 665.
So Dave Ellis, he pays his dues in the goaltending union. He told us, and he informed me I didn't do my research good enough. Yeah, there's been 7 other goals scored by goalies since Chad Albin did in 1998. Okay. So let's make it 11 total goals scored.
You weren't that far.
Collegiately. That was a little off. That's good that we have our fact checker over there. Thank you, Dave Ellis.
Well, our next game's against Notre Dame Friday night. We're on the air at 6:30 on WJIM. Saturday, 7:30 on 7:30 a.m. WVFN. All games available globally online at MSUSpartans.com and the MSU mobile app. Our next show probably is going to be on Wednesday next week. Stay tuned for that. Thanks to Coach Woody, Matt, or Chris in the studio, and all veterans everywhere. Go Green.
Listening to the Adam Nightingale Show on the Spartan Media Network from Playfly Sports, powered by the IBEW NECA 665. Learn more at IBEWNECA665.org. The Adam Nightingale Show has also been brought to you by Shaheen Chevrolet, offering the largest inventory of new Chevys and pre-owned vehicles in Lansing. Buy, lease, trade in, or sell us your vehicle at ShaheenChevrolet.com. Relax and enjoy the Shaheen difference. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. Meijer, the official grocer of Michigan State Athletics. Labatt, crack some Labatt and see where it takes you. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Raise hope and foster dreams. Start your journey to becoming a foster parent today at michigan.gov/hope for a home. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment. Choose chill. The MSU Federal Credit Union. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. The Munn Team. Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tommy Raines Realtors. Realtors that get results. And by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense. The Adam Nightingale Show has been a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time right here on the Spartan Media Network.